Hi, welcome to this week's episode. This week I'd like to talk about a subject that I think about a lot, and even my institute has been, working around it a lot. It's about balance. It's about how to bring balance in our life. As I'm going through a couple of decisions in my life at the moment, this is usually when things like that come up, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you have been thinking about that in the past or will certainly think about it in the future. So, balance is a very interesting word, and we associate with it a lot of different things, and so many the people, so many the answers to that, what balance means. I'd like to share a little bit of my insight for the last week, what I come up with after quite a lot of thought and meditation on that subject of balance. And I think I was listening to Eckhart Tolle this week because he helps me center a little bit more as well. And I did quite a lot of meditation on the subject of balance. And what I come up with is very interesting because the balance is something that we pretty much all strive towards. I think balance is derived of, it's what we call happiness, in other words, as well, or presence, or it might have a lot of synonyms. But what I found is very interesting, and I got caught up in that circular, pattern of thinking and labeling, is that balance is something that we look for outside of ourselves. We expect things to change, time to pass, relationships to change, people to change, environment to change. We make this mistake all the time, as of making up stories and putting them outside of ourselves, or either in the past or in the future. But if I refer back to what I was listening to Eckhart Tolle and thinking about it a lot last week, is that balance only can come from within us and from that present moment, if we're capable of being present in the present moment, if you know what I mean. So, a lot of people who do meditation will probably understand what I'm talking about. And this is the first part that I would like all of you to be encouraged to do meditation, to do things that bring you into the present moment, because this is where the balance happens in our life. Um, it was very interesting as I spend more time meditating and being present. I feel balanced. I feel, and I not just understand, I experience the balance of life as how it should be. And it's very, very interesting because our brains and our environment is not wired or made to support us in that endeavor. And we might feel very lonely in these kind of things, but if you're present and balance arises from that, then I think this is the core, the fundamentals of life, or how to build a life of meaning and substance, and something that's really worth preserving, or being. So it's a very, very interesting topic that I've spent last week thinking about, meditating on. And yeah, I'd really like to encourage you that you think about that word balance and what it means for you, and how you think you should achieve that. For me, presence and meditation, a couple of things that brings us into that present moment, is something that triggers that and allows us to bring balance in a proper sense in our life. So this has been my last week's um, contemplations and thoughts about that. So I think, I hope it serves you a little bit in your own path, and I'll see you next week.